Is Mac OS X Lion a good upgrade or a solid upgrade? I get this question asked many times, and it depends on who you are, essentially. If you are a school or a business and you're wanting to do a volume upgrade, it isn't worth it. There is changes in the operating system itself that are okay, but overall it's not worth it because pretty much you have applications that are similar to the iPad. They want to make you feel like it's an iPad, and you are, let's say you have an iPad and you never used Mac OS X before. They want you to feel at home, per se. For example, like a feature called Launchpad, which is right here. It looks pretty much like the iPad's rows, and you can combine stuff. Like I got Photoshop, for example. I can combine that, and it comes up with the same exact graphics and design, which is it's helpful, but it's not. This is not an iPad. It's a desktop or a laptop in this case. Now, if you have an iPad and you like this sort of way of going about it, you can. They also added mission control, which essentially, let's say, I open up a bunch of applications. Let's say Firefox. All these here, I can basically go mission control by swiping 4 fingers and dragging it to each desktop. Now this is very nice, but they already had this in previous versions of Mac OS X, call it Spaces. It's not as nice, but it gets the job done, and it's not much different. Now one thing I wish they did with Line, if they really want to make things nice, is they should have been able to make it so that you can rename the desktop. Here I have dashboard. Okay, that makes sense, but the desktop name should be organized like work. Okay, they want to be more organized. Why didn't they let us change the name? That's one thing. And there's also full screen applications, and people like this because again, they're used to the iPad. They want things in full screen. They want the ease of use. But as far as a business is concerned, I mean, they add little things. For example, I can get a preview of this image on the left, and there's just not too much here to make it worth the upgrade. They didn't make it if they want to make it worthwhile to the business. I mean, it's not like it's too difficult to add it to a domain or anything like that, but if they wanted to make it easier, I guess they could have looked into stuff like that on the business side. But as far as a business is concerned, I'd stay away and steer clear of I'd stay away with Lion, and I'd steer clear and go to Snow Leopard, because Leopard to Snow Leopard felt like a incremental difference as far as speed and performance goes. This is really not that way. It's adding stuff that, yeah, you could easily live without, and it doesn't really make your life easier, in my opinion, because I rarely use these because I'm used to the traditional way of Mac OS X, and this is just, it's good for a tablet, I'll put it that way. It's like Windows 8 and a tablet, if you know anything about Windows, because the Windows 8 tablet is going to be wonderful. The Windows 8 tablet desktop is not. It's like, as some people put it, putting lipstick on a pig. It just doesn't work. If it's a pig, it's a pig. If it's a girl, it's a girl. So that's pretty much it for it. And like I said, if you are a business, it's not worth upgrading. It's not. Look at it and say, really? Is it worth upgrading? If you're a tech enthusiast, or you don't mind sparing $30 to try out some new features because you like it, then that's perfectly fine. But other than that, it's not worth it. If they have a 10.8 would be very interesting to see, and maybe then we could make that decision and have businesses move upward. I know personally, because I work at a public school, and basically they were considering switching to Lion, and I said, no, don't do that, because it's just not worth the money. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys for comment, rating, and subscribing. I'm Techmas, and you can also plus me on Google+. I'm there, and I respond to emails as well. I'll put that in the link. So thank you guys for watching this video, and definitely comment, rate, and subscribe.